Last week we spent a lot of time talking about week 7 in the NFL, and with us being about midway through the season now, while I do want to go over week 8, there isn't a whole lot of news out of this week, so I don't want to spend too much time on it. I do want to spend more time. We're going to do a midseason quarterback tier list based solely on this year's quarterback performance. So I'm going to be rating all the NFL quarterbacks on tiers, but it's not going to be who I actually think are the best quarterbacks in the league and who are the worst quarterbacks in the league. It's going to be based exclusively on performance this year. But before we get to that, I do want to talk briefly about week 8 because there is a lot to talk about. I say there's a lot, but there's really not. Thursday night, we already talked about this in my last video. Chargers beat the Vikings. No huge surprises there. Dolphins and the Falcons. Can someone please explain to me what the Falcons are all about? Because the Falcons over here, I want you to see something. Falcons have beat the Vikings, the Commanders, and the Bills, but can't beat the Dolphins or the Panthers. I'm confused, mainly because I don't know what to think about this Falcons team, and I also want to point out that Tua played an insane game. In my last video, I said Tua was done. He'd just be done with him, but 20 for 26, 205 yards, 4 touchdowns. I guess one-eyed Tua is good. I don't know what to believe with this. Jets-Bengals was the most entertaining game of the week. Someone please explain to me how that happened. I don't know what happened with that. Of course it would be the Bengals to give up the first win of the season to the Jets. That just makes the most sense of anything. Patriots beat the Browns. No huge surprises here. It was good to see because I've had some questions about Drake May. They haven't beaten a lot of really good teams. You know, is he good against good defenses? And it was shown here he was. While Myles Garrett still had 5 sacks, Drake May was still excellent. The Patriots still won. Eagles beat the Giants. Sad news, though, with Scadaboo out. We're going to miss him for the season. Hate to see him go down with an injury there. But Scadaboo out for the year. Really messed up his ankle, which sucks. Eagles back on track. Bills beat the Panthers. Okay, this is great, but I want to point this out now. Look at who they've beaten. You know, the 2-5 Ravens at the time, the Jets, the Dolphins, the Saints, and the Panthers. And the 2 decent record teams they've played, the Patriots and the Falcons, they lost to. So, you know, this 40-9 doesn't impress me. We have to see what's going to happen against the Chiefs this week, because I think that's where I'm really going to see how good is this Bills team, and can they beat the Chiefs. Regular season, that tends to be the case. I don't know if it'll stay that way this way, but we'll see. Ravens beat the Bears. Shocking. Not shocking, but this is a very surprising result, especially because Lamar was not back yet. Caleb Williams and I have a great game. Tyler Huntley, Ravens get a win. So good to see the Ravens getting back on track. Texans defense holds strong against Mac Jones. Texans get the win over the Niners at home. Bucks beat the Saints in just one of the weirdest games I've seen from these two. These two can never play a normal game. Like 15 for 24, 152 yards for Baker, and they won by 20. Okay, cool. Cowboys defense sucks. We've been over this. Colts are one of the top teams in the league. Obviously, we can see this. 7-1, best record in football. Packers look really good, 35-25. This 10 points does not reflect the score of this game. It was not this close. Tucker Kraft legacy game, 143 yards, 2 touchdowns. And then the Chiefs being the Chiefs, 28-7 win over the Commanders. Patrick Mahomes. Everybody on the media right now seems to be showing you this 25 for 34, 299 and 3 touchdowns, but does not mention his 2 interceptions. This was a tale of 2 halves. I will give them that. But those 2 interceptions on the first 2 drives, still not a great look. Mahomes a little rattled at the start, but settled in and had an excellent second half. Overall, nothing too crazy here. Real quick, we're going to do game picks for week 9, and then we'll jump into quarterback tiers because I want to do that next. Ravens and Dolphins, I picked the Ravens to win this one. I know this result's already done, but Ravens crushed the Dolphins. It was fine. Bears-Bengals, this is a very much a coin flip game. Bears favored by 2.5. I do think the Bears will maybe steal this one out. I'm honestly going to go with the Bengals at home, just because coming off of that loss to the Jets, Flacco, I think, has been playing well enough. Got good help. Can the defense hold up against the Bears? And I don't know. I just don't know how good the Bears are. Bears need to win to stop the bleeding, but I do think the Bengals at home, coming off of a bad loss to the Jets, pull out a win here. Lions, Vikings. Lions are going to win this one. They're going to start McCarthy, I guess, at quarterback. I don't know. Wentz is out for the year. McCarthy has not been good, so good luck, Vikings. Packers, Panthers. This is not going to be close. Packers are going to win this one at home pretty easily. Chargers are going to win at Tennessee very easily. Falcons and Patriots. I think the Patriots will win. The Falcons have a good pass defense, and the Falcons like to beat good teams for some reason, so we will see where that leads. Niners, Giants. I mean, without Scatterboo, the Giants really just don't have quite enough on offense yet. Dart's been looking good, but 49ers are going to win this one. Colts, Steelers. Steelers' defense has been awful. Like, awful. It's not good for a Mike Tomlin team to have the defense be bad, so Colts are going to win this one probably by... Colts are going to score at least 38 again and win this one big time. Broncos, Texans. Battle of two great defenses. I could see this being a low-scoring game. I think the Broncos will pull this one out just because I think their offense is humming a little bit more than the Texans is. Jags, Raiders. Another coin flip game, honestly, to me, because the Jags haven't looked good the last couple weeks, and the Raiders at home seem to play well even if they don't win. I'll take the Jags here just because, I don't know. Rams are beating the Saints. That's not even a debate there. I think Rams cover this 14.5 pretty easily. Chiefs, Bills. I honestly, as much as I hate to say it, I haven't seen enough good play against good teams out of the Bills yet to say that confidently they can win this game. Kansas City's favored by 1.5. I do think the Chiefs pull it out. They're hot right now, which is not great. I hate to see the Chiefs hot, but it is what it is. They've won 5 of their last 6. I think the Chiefs steal one from the Bills. Maybe that could flip-flop something in the postseason. We'll see. But I would not be shocked if the Bills won this game just because the Bills typically beat the Chiefs in the regular season. And if the Bills win, we'll hear for the rest of the year how much better, Josh Allen is and Patrick Mahomes, and it's just simply not true. Seahawks, Commanders. Seahawks are probably going to win this one. Jaden is back this week, but I just think the Seahawks are a little too good are just a step better than the Commanders at everything, and I think that'll be enough to get them the win. Commanders just having a tough year right now. They need some more pieces. They need some youth in there. They might miss the playoffs this year, which is sad to say, but they have a bright future. This just isn't quite their year. And then Cardinals, Cowboys. I think the Cowboys will probably win this one. Cardinals will do well on offense just because the Cowboys' defense is so bad, but I also think the Cowboys' offense is that much better than the Cardinals' offense, and they'll just outscore. This will be a high-scoring game. Cowboys are going to pull out. Those are my Week 9 game picks. And with that, we are moving into quarterback tiers for 2025. Now, as I said at the start of the video, I want to make it very clear. This tier list is based on these quarterbacks' performances this season. So, if you see me put somebody like Josh Allen in, average, let's say, just for an example, he's not an average quarterback, but he's just played average this season. That's just an example. I don't necessarily know where I'm rating Josh yet. I'm going to get there. But, so, just keep that in mind. We have elite, great, good, average, below average, really bad, horrible, XFL bound, and then injured. Quarterbacks that have been injured for a majority of the season so far or are injured at the moment will not be rated on here. So somebody like, I'm going to use Brock Purdy, for example. He's been injured so much, I'm going to leave him here. I can't rate him honestly on this tier list because he hasn't played enough. The games that he has played have been below average for his standards, but I'm going to leave him in injured. He gets a pass for that. Kyler, I'm also going to put in injured. He's been injured the last couple weeks. He's back this week, so we'll see. If I revisit this tier list in a couple weeks, I will rate Kyler Murray. But in his place, Jacoby Brissett, average. Average quarterback play. You may be questioning that, but Jacoby Brissett has played very solid football. Very solid football. I mean, his last couple games, let's see. Wow. I can't find anything. So, yeah, Jacoby Brissett, he had 320 yards against the Colts, 279 against the Packers. I mean, this Colts game was interesting. Jacoby Brissett's been fine. Average. Michael Penix Jr., I'd say just below average for him. Falcons are 3-4. Can't figure out exactly what the Falcons are. He's been carried by Drake London and Bijan Robinson. Mike Pence Jr. below average, but there's a lot of upside here. I think he'll settle in well. Kirk Cousins just not good. Not horrible, just really bad. Kirk Cousins was really bad in that game, so I'm not even gonna spend much time talking about him. Lamar's been great, but I am gonna put him in injured. Just because he's been injured for so many games now. I need to see at least one more week of Lamar playing great before I rate him. Cooper Rush was just horrible, and Tyler Huntley was average. Huntley was, I'd say, below average. He had one good game. He got him one win. Josh Allen has been great. Josh Allen has been great. Here's why I say only great. Because of the Bills' wins are not great. Josh has been fine, don't get me wrong. And I don't necessarily want to put all of the Bills' team issues on Josh. But, I mean, I can't, the eye test is Josh hasn't had to do everything, but I think he should be doing more, if you know what I mean. 15-60, 12-4. He's been fine. The story of this season has really been James Cook for the Bills. He's been leading, not carrying, but leading the Bills' offense. And then Josh, 68% completion is doesn't seem quite up to Josh's standards. I think he'll turn it on as competition gets better, but with them playing bad teams, he has not had to do a lot, so he's played great football, not elite football. Bryce Young. Bryce Young's been average. Average, but not any better and bordering on below average. Bryce Young has been fine. They're 4-4. Been decent at home, so we're just going to kind of leave it at that. Andy Dalton, bad. Just bad. Caleb Williams. I am going to stick with average for Caleb Williams. I know that may seem weird, but Caleb Williams has not been... He's not been bad, but he's not been good enough to be rated good. 62% completion is not great. He's got a decent amount of yards, 9-4, but none of those stats stand out to you as good. I'm going to put him in average. No backups there. Burrow has been injured, sadly. Jake Browning, see in the XFL, buddy. Just not good at all. And Joe Flacco. Hey, credit to Joe Flacco. He's been playing good football. He had a banger game against the Steelers. I'm going to put him in good. Browns quarterbacks here. Dylan Gabriel, horrible. Shador hasn't played. And Diddy Watson, we don't talk about him. Sorry, did I say that out loud? Deshaun Watson, we don't talk about. Dylan Gabriel's been horrible. Shador Sanders is going to start soon and probably also be really bad. Not saying that's anything on Shador's necessarily his fault, but the Browns are just bad. Dak has been great. Dak has been awesome. Playing without a chip on his shoulder, he doesn't have to worry about anything. 16-5, 70% completion, almost 2,100 yards. Dak's been playing really well. Loved what I've been seeing from Dak. Gee, if only they had a good person for run defense on that defense, a defensive leader. They could be a really good team now. That's kind of crazy. Bo Nix. Bo Nix has been... I don't know where I want to rate Bo Nix. I'm going to put him great for now. I haven't looked too much at Bo Nix's stats. 63% completion, 1,800 yards, 15-5. I'm going to leave Bo Nix in good. I'm going to put Bo Nix in good. Bo Nix has been playing good, not great, but Bo Nix is one of those, because I know, you're going to see him in the same tier as Joe Flacco and freak out. But Bo Nix is very close to great. I think one more really excellent game from Bo Nix, maybe against Houston this week, that would move him up to great. But everyone, I know people have recency bias. Everybody lights up the Cowboys. Everybody lights up the Giants. I need to see a little bit more, just a little bit more. Jared Goff. I put Jared Goff in great. Jared Goff, if you look at his stats here, Jared Goff's been pretty awesome. 75% completion, 1,600 yards, 15 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Jared Goff has been playing great football, if not elite football. It's really, really close. But there are only a few quarterbacks I know that have really been playing elite football. And you can kind of see where they are on here. We'll get to that. Jordan Love. Jordan Love is a weird one. I would honestly say Jordan Love's been playing elite football. Jordan Love, he doesn't have the most passing yards. He's got 1,800, but he's got 13 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He hasn't been making a lot of mistakes. Averaging about 260 yards a game, roughly. 70% completion. What's not to like? Teams, 5-1-1, only one loss. There's been a couple mistakes in there, But I think, if you compare Jordan Love and Jared Goff, I think Jordan Love's been just slightly better. He's going to be my first quarterback in elite, and I do think there'll be at least a few more up here. CJ. CJ's been average, which is sad to say, but CJ Stroud has only been average this year. 11 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 1,600 yards, 67% completion. And the Texans have just been not good. Offense has not been great to start. Part of it is his O-line, so I will give him a little bit of credit, but for CJ Stroud, he's been playing average, which is, again, sad to see. Daniel Jones, elite football. What do you want me to say? Daniel Jones, almost 2,100 yards, 72% completion, 13 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Now, granted, the Colts offense runs through Jonathan Taylor. It just does. However, that does not to say Daniel Jones has not been playing great elite football. Now, I'm going to pause right here because I don't think anybody would have expected Jordan Love and Daniel Jones to be the first 2 quarterbacks playing elite football this year. But they have. Hey, call it what you will. Honorary mention goes to Anthony Richardson, just XFL bound. Yeah. We're just putting him there. He hasn't played, but XFL bound. Trevor Lawrence, below average. I know. The Jags are 4-3 and Trevor Lawrence is below average. How is that possible? Well, let's be real. 1,600, not even 60% completion, 9 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. The Jags are 4-3 despite the play of Trevor Lawrence. That's the best way I can put it. Patrick Mahomes has been playing elite football. Again, hate me if you want to. Hate on the Chiefs if you want to. That's fine. But you cannot deny he's been playing elite football. Yes, they started out 0-2, and they started out, 2-3, whatever it was. But Mahomes has not been the problem. 2,100 yards, 67% completion is low, but that will come up. 17 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. He's leading the league in touchdown passes, tied with Stafford. Those are the 2 guys tied for the top. Mahomes has been great. Chiefs are won 5 of their last 6. Have the Bills this week. Yeah, Mahomes is elite and will stay that way the rest of the year. Looks like the Chiefs light show is back. High-powered offense, electric defense. So we'll see what happens with them. Geno. Geno has been really bad, if not horrible. 1,500 yards, not even 1,400 yards. 7 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Geno, yeah, you know what? Geno's just been horrible. It's sad. It's really sad. I like Geno, but he just has not had he's not been good. Justin Herbert, great. Again, I know I'm going to get hate for this. I'm going to get hate for putting Justin Herbert in great and not elite. But Justin Herbert has 7 interceptions and 16 touchdowns. 7 interceptions is not great, especially for a quarterback of his caliber. Now, I know everybody's going to want to sit here and tell me about the O-line problems and that he never had any time, been scrambling for his life, and it's been rough. I get it. But at the same time, if you want to tell me that Justin Herbert is an elite top 5 caliber quarterback in this league, then he has to be able to do great things in spite of his O-line. He just has to be able to take that next step. And, again, this season, great play. Not quite elite. He's had a couple slip-up games where there's been some interceptions, but great football. He is bordering on elite. Passing yards, again. People want to talk about passing yards, but, completion percentage, touchdown interception ratio is still not great. Been sacked 22 times. That's been rough, but we got a ways to go. He's got a little ways to go. Matt Stafford. Stafford has been elite. Look at this. Stafford, 1,900 yards, tied with Mahomes, 17 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions. Now, if people want to say that, he's got great receivers that have been carrying him, that's fine. But Stafford leads the league in big plays. He's had, yards per game is 270. Yes, he's got great receivers, but Stafford has had great receivers his entire career, so to a degree, some of it has to be quarterback play. He had Megatron for a long time. He had Cooper Kupp when he was hot. Now he's got Puka and Devontae Adams. Stafford's just good, and he's just been a great quarterback. He sits there in elite with these 3 other 3 guys. Tua. Tua gets really bad. And Tua is a confusing one because Tua has 15 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. But last week, this was 11-11. And then he just had that 4-touchdown game against the Falcons. But your eye test should tell you he has not been good. He has been really bad, blaming nobody but himself. I can with having 15 touchdowns, having that great game against the Falcons, I cannot justify putting him in horrible. Really bad is the perfect spot for him. Wentz, horrible, and JJ McCarthy, horrible. Vikings cannot find their quarterback right now. Sorry, guys, but JJ has not been good. Wentz has really not been good. And you guys are back to McCarthy this week, so hey, prayers up to my Vikings fans. I know a couple of them. Sorry, guys. Yeah, good luck. Drake May. Elite play this year. I don't care who they've played. Yes, they have not played great competition. But I've said this for a couple years now. I've said this about NFL football. I've said about college football. Especially college. But if you play bad teams and you win big, that is what you're supposed to do. Now, yes, you may not want to say that Drake May is, one of the 10 best quarterbacks in the league yet. That's fine. I'm not saying you have to say that yet. But my point I do want to make is Drake May is playing a lot of bad teams, but the Patriots are doing what they need to do against those bad teams, winning big, and Drake May does not have to do a lot. 75% completion is insane. Over 2,000 yards, 15 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Drake May, I think, either leads MVP voting or is behind Patrick Mahomes, somewhere in there, but he's top 5, bare minimum. He's playing excellent, and we just have to get used to the fact that the Patriots have a good quarterback again. And it's going to suck, because if the Patriots win this week and the Bills lose to the Chiefs, the Patriots have almost a golden ticket to winning the division. 2-game lead with the tiebreaker right now. That's going to be tough for the Bills to overcome. So we'll see what continues to happen there. Spencer Rattler. Spencer Rattler's been below average. The reason I have Spencer Rattler and below average is because he was competitive, I'll say, for a little while. Yes, the Saints are 1-7, but 1,600 yards, 8 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. That's not bad. And he honestly has looked better. He looked better in some of those games than those numbers indicate. So, yes, he just lost the starting job to Tyler Shuck, so we'll see how that goes. But he was below average for what he played. Shuck, I am not going to rate yet because he's only played barely any of one game. Jackson Dart. Maybe it's me being a fan of him. I don't know, but I'm putting Jackson Dart in good. Jackson Dart's been good. It's been fun to watch. What else are you going to say? Just about 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Jackson Dart's been a lot of fun to watch. Needs to start completing more of his passes. 60% is not good. Obviously, without Scadaboo, that offense may start to heater off quite a bit, but I do love Jackson Dart, and good is basically because he's exceeded expectations, especially in the Giants offense. He's looked really good. So props to Jackson Dart. Good on you, bud. Justin Fields has been really bad. Bordering on horrible. Again, he just got a win, but he's got 1,100 yards, 5 touchdowns. He has not thrown an interception yet. So I can't put him any lower if he hasn't thrown an interception yet. He's been really bad, but I can't put him in horrible if you're not throwing interceptions. But yeah, really bad. It just has not done enough in that offense, and they're 1-7 for a reason. Jalen Hurts has been good. Not great, not elite. Jalen Hurts has been good. Get over it. Yes, he's had a couple of good games, but let's look at these stats again. 1,700 yards, 15 touchdowns, 1 interception. Again, great stats, but game by game, if you look at his game log, it just started out the season a little rough. 152 yards passing, 101, 130. 3 out of these 4 games just weren't great games, and the Eagles, at least at the start of the year, were winning not because of Jalen Hurts, but it was just a part of it. Recently, he's been playing really well. 4 touchdowns against the Giants, 3 against the Vikings. A split game against the Giants here wasn't great, but he's passing more, looking a little better, so he's moving up quite a bit. But if he hadn't had those last couple good games, I'd probably put him in average. But you can fight me on this if you want, but Jalen Hurts is very, very quickly moving up. I could probably do this tier list in 2 weeks. He'd be in great. So he's close here. I'll put him top of good if that makes you guys feel better. But I call me a Jalen Hurts hater if you want, but largely that team does not win because of him. He can lead them to victories, but the team as a whole is so good that they can win without him being excellent. That's my point I'm making. Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers has been good. I mean, that's just how it is. Aaron Rodgers has been good, and that's nice to see. We knew there were a lot of questions going into this season about how Aaron Rodgers would do, but I mean, 1,500 yards, 16 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, very good year. I mean, that's all there's to say. Steelers are 4-3. Had a couple rough games recently, but he's been good. Just good, solid play from Aaron Rodgers. That's really all I got to say. Mac Jones, I will rate as injured. Mac Jones has been average. Nice to see Mac Jones playing pretty well. In his game, 1,608 and 5. Nice to see Mac Jones on the upswing a little bit. He might get a starting job again somewhere at some point. We'll see. But Mac Jones looking good. Sam Darnold has been great. Credit to JSN, Jackson Smith and Jigba for being excellent, but Sam Darnold has looked awesome this year. Continuing on from what he did last year. Last year very easily could have been a one-off, and Kevin O'Connell is a great offense for the Vikings, but Sam Darnold's been playing well this year, so credit to him. Like seeing Sam Darnold up there. Baker's been elite. Not the last couple weeks. He's teetered off a little bit, but again, almost 2,000 yards. He'll pass that this week. 13 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Baker MVP campaign is teetered off quite a bit. Like I said, a couple rough weeks, but look at this. He's carried the teams to victories. Big win over Seattle. Big win over San Francisco. Win over Houston, Atlanta. Yes, these have all been fairly close games, which is a little worrisome for me. Just thinking about the playoffs, but there's been a lot of good play from Baker Mayfield, and if he starts picking it back up again, he could still win MVP and at least go on a run for it. Who else we got in here? Cam Ward. Oh, buddy, Cam Ward. Cam Ward has been horrible. I'm not going to put him XFL bound yet. Here's why. Again, 1,600, 5-6 is not great, but I'm going to put a lot of this on coaching. Coaching has been awful. The Titans are not a good team. They don't have receivers. They don't have running backs. They don't have an O-line. Cam Ward has been horrible, don't get me wrong. But there are no pieces around him. There's no coaching around him. I'm not willing to write him off yet because, again, rookie season, not a lot of good coaching. I'm not willing to write him off yet. Last of all, Jaden Daniels, again, been injured too much. I'm not going to rate him. And then all these other guys are just backups. Is there anybody else here I want to rate? Tyler Chuck, no. Russell Wilson, XFL bound. No, I'm just kidding. Russell Wilson just didn't play enough. But yeah, quarterback tiers. Let's review this real quick. Who has played elite this year? There's 6 guys right now that I think have played elite football. Jordan Love, Daniel Jones, Patrick Mahomes, Matt Stafford, Drake May, and Baker Mayfield. Really, really great play from these guys. Would love any of them on my team right now. We'll love to see that. Great. Goff, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, Dak Prescott, Sam Darnold. I'd say Goff, Allen, and Herbert are obviously all bordering on elite. Dak is starting to falter a bit towards good, but we'll see how he continues. And Darnold, I think, is very solidly right where he is. Not getting towards elite, but also not falling down towards good. Jalen Hurts shooting up towards great and elite very quickly, so he'll move up soon. Joe Flacco's been good. Good, maybe a little broad of a category, but it's fine. Bo Nix moving up towards great. Dart, solid good. Rodgers, solid good. Average, and there a little bit of play here. Stroud's moving up. Caleb is Caleb. And then it kind of just falls off from here. Jake Browning, Anthony Richardson, and then Purdy, Kyler, Lamar, Joe Burrow, and Jane Daniels are all injured. But Lamar is back, played really well this week, so he will probably be back up to elite or great here very soon. But for now, he sits in injured. That is the definitive quarterback tier list for 2025 midseason so far. And that will do it for me today. Appreciate everybody stopping by. I will see you next week, at least with my Week 9 NFL review. We'll talk about Week 9 going into Week 10. And I might have a little bit something interesting for you guys cooking up next week with my review. So we'll see. We'll love to do some gimmick like this every week. We'll see. We'll figure it out. But yeah, see you guys next week. Have a great night. Peace.